Greetings, everyone. My name is Gaurang Singh Bhati. I'm the president of Tatva, our college's very own Eco Club. But before that, and way after everything ends, I'm a small town boy coming from the city of Kota, Rajasthan. Well, over the years, my city grew up. It became bigger, it became better, and became the so-called educational hub, gave Lok Sabha its speaker. But one thing that I love the most and will always love the most about my city is the flora and fauna it surrounds itself with. Wildlife sanctuaries, tiger reserves. One thing about small town and small town people is that they know when and how to come together to work and fight for sensitive and important issues. One of the prominent people working for environment in my city is Mr. Tapeshwar Singh Bhati. He's my father. He's a wildlife photographer, a social activist, a wildlife activist, an environment activist, and an RTI specialist. A man who completed his law degree at the age of 49, just so he could fight his own environment cases. Well, I have seen him work up close, going with him on jungle tours, safaris. It was a normal routine for him, but being a small little kid, everything changed for me. He's the source of inspiration. He gave me a zeal to work for environment. Well, as an 11-year-old kid, going to the wildlife census. Oh, let me rephrase that, sorry. As an 11-year-old kid, being forced to go to the wildlife census, spending 24 hours on a treetop surrounded by wildlife animals, I lost all hope in parenting. But seeing my father come to pick me up the next day with that proud big smile of his, and seeing my face flash up in the newspapers as the 11 Varshiya Gaurang gave me hope. It made me feel better. Well, I started my own journey, connecting myself with the NGOs in my own city, working with them for plantation drives, cleanup city programs, and many other activities. So everything was going perfect. Everything was going fine. And then COVID came. Well, COVID. Yep, I'm part of the lucky COVID batch. We can joke about it all we want now, but they were truly the toughest times our generation faced together. Mentally, physically, emotionally, they were draining. But on the other hand, our environment was healing. And the climate and environment changed was clearly visible. The Himalayas were clearly visible from Jalandhar, a 200-kilometer span, and in the mid of which lied Delhi, the pollution and smog capital of India as well. Well, was this just a way of Mother Earth showing us that we humans are the actual animals who deserve to be put behind bars in zoos? So, COVID ended. My school ended. I had to change cities. And that change brought me here. After coming here, I got an opportunity to be the Eco Club head. Coming here, I saw the youth and I observed that they hardly care about the issues, environmental, social, or any other aspect in life. Obviously, other than the fun parts that they think they look cool doing, but they hardly matter. As the Eco Club president, I led many activities. Me and my team worked for plantation drives, for the 2-hour campaigns, the 2-hour constituting of recycling and reusing activities, and many other activities. We held plantation drives with other MNCs, which gave an opportunity to our students, the participants, and other MNC workers to share their own views coming together. Well, over the time, I started noticing more and more participants in the Eco Club activities. And that, after seeing that, I observed that the youth here is willing to work and is very active. Just the right amount of motivation and inspiration is needed. Well, I got an opportunity to talk at TEDx. Now, a TEDx speaker. They strictly told me not to Google things, but here I am, a college student. I Googled events, environments. Environment, how to save environment. The first thing that struck up were the 7 points. These 7 points, after seeing these 7 points, I thought कि हुआ यार ये तो देखे देखे से हैं, करा हुआ है. The first point that struck up was start your own initiative. A friend of mine started his own initiative, his own campaign, where he awared people of his own city about various things. Like, for the start, he started stating plants and trees with their basic importance, like jasmine for stress-free environment. He got popular over time. And now he's working in an NGO which provides hospitals and old age homes with free plants. The next point was reduce and recycling of paper. Well, COVID taught us one important thing, that our generation can survive very well online. Roughly, but they taught us that digital mode is a well-working formula. We don't need pen or paper other than making balls and playing with it. We can learn and gain knowledge online. So, rather than cutting up trees, we can go to digital modes to study. Recycling more often was the next part. Recycling more often. Well, I remember someone saying that I come from two Indias, but not going to the controversial part of it, I know that I come from one ancient India, जहां हमने मामा के बड़े लड़के के कपड़े भी पहने और बुआ के छोटे बच्चों को दिए भी हैं. That is the basic recycling that we know. Thrift shops work on this basic formula. Thrift shops nowadays are very common and popular among youth. Thrift shops basically work on the formula that you use things, give them to the thrift shops, and any other person needing them will take that thing. And you can take anything you want from them. This is the perfect way to use second-hand goods, which you like. Well, the next thing is saving resources. Resources. Everything and anything we use nowadays is a resource. Like petrol, diesels, batteries, these are all resources. Petrols, the oil refineries are getting emptied day by day. Saudi Arabia's, well, the well's not gonna end well for us. We are switching to battery-operated vehicles. They are not gonna long. And battery, after studying, and various studies show that batteries take more time to deplete, which is in the end harming our own environment. So there are NGOs that are really working on the formula that walk the distance, and the distance that remains, cycle it. Well, buying sustainable products was next on list. There are various endless institutes coming up. There are legacy companies as well, switching to sustainable products. And the youth here shall take pride in using such products. Wooden combs, wooden toothbrushes, These are all common examples of sustainability. Well, only buying and what you need is yet another point. We don't need anything extra in our almiras. At least the boys don't. But we still keep it. Why do we keep it? That's a question that we as youth should answer. So, we as the youth and the torch bearers of the future generation, there is one simple question. If we just keep a check on the environment, just as we keep a check on our bank balances, if we just try to work and save every bit of Mother Earth, just like we try to save every bit of penny in our purses, if we plant a tree every time we post a picture, all dolled up on social media platforms, and we, as youth, take pride in getting ourselves updated with the latest environmental issues and working on it, like we get ourselves updated with the latest songs and work on our playlist. This will be a better place to live. And we, as generation, will all succeed. Well, this was my story. This is me. Thank you. Thank you for your time, guys.